Hi, let's explore, learn, and build together. So, I'm here again to share my experiences, learning, what I'm building, how things are coming on my way, and what is happening. So, just wanted to share the importance of discipline because recently I shared one thing where I was telling about majorly about hey how it is important and why it is important that you leave your work behind, come back in your life, and you it's important for you to have something in your life that you are doing, and how why it is okay to have something uh, leave unfinished so that you can go back again and think about the same thing. Think in the free time when your mind is relaxed, you will get something about it. Means it's basically when you're not thinking about something, next time when you'll be thinking, you'll be having a very focused thing. So that is something which I think is there. And recently I told you that I'm working on the painting and what is happening though that painting is still unfinished, and I know it will take approx a month to finish it, and I'm okay with that daily getting up and seeing that hey, you are unfinished. Okay, fine. But I have other priorities also that I have to focus on. When I'm moving to other priorities, I'm like, okay, fine, you're unfinished. I have some other priorities that I have to come back and focus on. That's how the cycle of work, life, and everything is going on. It's important for you to leave things finished. But I just want to tell you one small story that how this habit got into me that I won't be able to sleep until and unless I'll finish anything or I'll finish my work. I basically had this experience from my childhood. I do not like my homeworks. What do you mean by homeworks? If homework is given to me, okay, fine, this is your homework. I would say, okay, fine, this is my homework. I have to finish it. So when I have to finish it, the moment I'll reach home, because it is homework. So I'll come from my school and then start doing the homework. That is from when I was studying in LKG, UKG, first, second. I'll not eat also. I'll do my work. So as it is a homework, I'll do that homework, but immediately I have to do because you gave me the task. The moment you gave me the task, I want to finish it like this. But when you are system thinker, when you are working on a knowledge, when you're working on multiple concepts, ideas, and different things, this is kind of not possible. So I think I'm learning slowly, and this learning will evolve over the period of time. And the balancing will happen around multiple places. To just give you an example, the painting is unfinished, and I'm still okay with it. So another thing, what I wanted to share is basically the reflections in terms of what two or three experiences which I had in a day and what I'm exactly thinking around that. So I'll tell you, I would not say the framework, but the concept which I gave to one of my colleague during one interaction. That I think that was the key learning for me when it was being presented in front of him. That came instantly, but it just came like this. So one of my colleague was working on a different projects on a different ideas and collaborating in multiple aspects in terms of helping different teams across the organization and in terms of collating data, in terms of planning their goals, in terms of planning their strategy. What happened? He came and he asked me, "Hey, Shagun, I have this particular while working with a different team, I found different gaps in the organization. I would not say gaps in the organization. It's basically the gaps which are there, and that is something which I want to work upon and I want to present it because there are multiple gaps which are there. So I told him, how many gaps you find? Like the different systems I work across multiple teams, and whatever system that is being worked upon, I found a gap in systems. I found a gap how they are executing, how they're processing the data, all those things. He told me that he figured out or he found those things and he wanted to improve it. Now the question arrive is basically arise is basically how do we exactly go towards that particular problem and how we have to prioritize. But my colleague, if we have to go to at a different extent, means to present this thing to the management of the organization, definitely there should be some way how it should be presented. So, uh, and as this is his initiative, definitely he has to work on it and he has to present it in a right way. So I just gave him a simple framework, or I would say a way that how this can be presented. I think that is something which would be useful for anyone who is identifying the problems and who is seeing that there are different problems across the organization and how it can be presented. So there are three things which, so first thing is that whatever problems that you have or whatever things or whatever gaps that you are observing, document it at one place. Now, as you're working from 2, 3, 4 months, definitely there will be huge amount of uh, learnings, gaps which you'll be observing, and that usually we see. But when we go across the processes, what happened? We went into that complaint mode. This is not right, this is not right, this is not right. But my entire team is majorly focusing on solving these problems. So I was like, okay, fine. So you identified the problem in last 2 months or 3 months, whatever things that you worked upon. Now document 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever things that is there. That is what is pointers. And one concept which I brought in here is structured thinking. Now, when imagine when you're presenting something to anyone and you're presenting, let's say, uh, 20 or 30, 40 problem on your head. Hey, do this, do this, do this. You will be like, what is this? As a person, I'm like, how it can be fixed? And there is also one another possibility which can be arrived here and which is here. Another possibility is there might be possibility that the whatever gaps that is being identified, it is present in some other format. It's not exactly, let's say you are having a process gap. There is some process which is missing there. There is a review process in the organization is missing, where teams are not reviewing continuously. There might be possibility teams are reviewing, but it is not happening in the right way. So it's not like the process gap which is there. It is majorly in terms of something which is there, and that means reviews are happening, but not in the correct structured way. So the process gap is there, but the processes has to be defined in properly. The definition has have to be there. That is one part. So I told him, okay, fine. You define the problems, you bring all the problems into one page, and then categorize the problem into three categories. Process, what are the process gaps that you see that, okay, fine, this is the new process introduction which will be there, then this gap will be resolved. What are the systems that you want to bring into the picture? Systems can be majorly in terms of data compliance or managing data or any small systems which are there, and building a report, monthly report, weekly report, bi-weekly report, whatever it is. And third thing is basically what exactly do you want to present in terms of compliance thing? What are the activities, different activities that you want to plan for the individual so that these things can be formalized in a structured way. So this is something which I gave him, and I also told him how this is how it is. It can be present uh, how it can be presented from an individual to the management of the organization, because you cannot directly go and tell, hey, I have identified 20 gaps, and I can simply tell that something which is there, and these 20 gaps can be, we have to work upon these 20 gaps. They'll be like, okay, fine. But if you will tell three things, why this particular gap is there, and in which category this particular gap is being fallen, and what is exactly your uh, we can do, what exactly we can do, and how it can be done, and most importantly when it can be done, means what is your priorities. That's the suggestion. So whenever we are presenting anything, it is very important that we give right suggestions in front of people. The right suggestion is very important. That is something I think, I feel that whenever we are presenting any solution, the simple solution which I gave him: create a simple table, document all your problems, categorize into process, system, and compliance thing. Basically, compliance as in activities, and categorize that in terms of priorities. How, why do you think these problems are important, and when, in priority wise, how, when we have to resolve it, and what, which problem has to be resolved first, and then go to the next step in terms of presenting your solution for that. What is possibility which is there, and how it can be resolved. So this way, what will happen when you will present this entire chart in front of your team member, in front of management or manager or anyone, that is something which would give you a clear picture in terms of, okay, fine, this is something which is being uh, I identified the gap. I understand what are the different categories in which these gaps are occur. What is my solution? And how do I want to prioritize? How we can prioritize? It's not like my project, because when we are working for an organization, it is organization's project. So that is something I think which is very important for us to present, and let's build together is the thought that is being there. So that's how it is being presented. That is one learning which I had, that how I helped one of my colleague to present his solution. Now it is definitely, I'll be helping continuously to make sure things are aligned in a right direction, so that he can present the entire solution in a right way, and it is being appreciated. Not appreciated, the actually, I'll tell you one thing. Whenever we think of presenting a gap, whenever we think of taking a solution, we think that it would be appreciated. But appreciation is something which is a very, I would say, low level, or not low level, means it's at a low level. I'm not able to find the right thing, but it is at bottom where we think that, okay, fine, I'm presenting and this would be appreciated. But it is majorly, our thing should go in the direction of what is that intended thing, or the impact which will be created from my side, that would help that particular organization, or to grow in a right direction. That is something which is very important. Now, another thing is uh, in terms of stakeholders management. So that is also one of the experience which I had today, and I means it came from multiple levels of learning, because I'll tell you one of the major thing why I'm recording this videos, because what is happening, I am every day I am solving certain problems, and every day I'm closing my eyes with that happiness. Okay, fine, I resolved this, I did this, I did this. But somehow I feel like the growth which is intended for me, that growth is not happening in me, because I am not reflecting on it. I will discuss someday about reflection also. That is very important activity. Means I would say this was the activity which I was doing when I was in seventh or eighth standard, but I was not aware of the word reflection. But after graduating, I got this correct term, what is reflection, and then I started reflecting actively. That was something which was there. Another learning which I had was let's understand different levels of organization, at least the levels which are exactly in my head recently we developed and we are trying to understand it. So there is level one. Level one is basically uh, the executives who are working, and there is a activities which are being designed that you are at process one, process two, process three, and you work on that. So usually when I am seeing in the corporate world in MNCs what is happening, there is a different people who there are different people who are working on different processes. So each department, let's say tech department or HR department, they have different projects. For different projects, they have different departments, and for that they have executives and they're working on different processes. To give you a simple example, today I was having a discussion with one of the senior, and he mentioned that when he was working with doctors, he was doing that doctor prescription mapping, and for that he had 40-member team. So that execution was in that intended direction. So I was like, okay, that for that he created entire department. There was a doctors, and he just wanted to do that simple market research, which doctor is giving which prescription. So for that, doing that activity, there was a 40-member team who was just sitting and doing that activity. I was like, wow. So there are different processes mapping. So that is at level one. Now, definitely, if there are 40-member team, managing or entire 40-member team is not possible at all. No? Means as an individual, I cannot manage the entire 40-member team. I want to have some team leaders, some head who understand the process, the meaning of the system, the process, what activity to be done, and have proper right QC, QA, that what exactly it is there and how we have to go in that intended direction, entire thing. So that is something very important when we talk about all these things. So I think that is level two. So the person who understand the processes at the top level and from there understand strategy processes and is able to take the entire workflow and divide among the people. And after dividing this entire thing, that person is able to execute and have the right QA, QC that, okay, fine, this is right, this is wrong, you're doing it in the right direction, and managing the entire team. Let's say if there is a 40-member team to work on a simple process. So dividing among different stages and having the right intended direction that, okay, fine, this is something at 10 members, taking the 10-member team and managing then controlling, that is at level two. There, I think there majorly managers and all these people are coming in the organization. I'll come to level three little later, but let's come to level four. So level four is basically the people who are majorly in the organization, uh, a person who is leading one particular department or one particular region or anything. Means there might be possibility that in an organization there is a tech department, and in tech department there are let's say two three different segments. So there is a product, there is a tech, there is a product, there is what we say UI UX, and there is different segments which are there. So all these are different departments. If you're doing a sales, the sales can be divided based on the regions and all these things, with how the organization structure can be maintained. Now that is up to an organization, how do they want to maintain. That is at level four. Now level four is basically capable of taking that P&L of the organization, now profit and loss, balance sheet. They will be seeing, looking at all the budgets and everything, and they'll be taking that data and understanding, okay, fine, I need that, this team, that team, and these are the results. So they would be basically collaborating with the higher one level up in the organization and understanding that what exactly uh, there in this entire scope. So that is something which they do in terms of understanding, okay, fine, I have to bring sales in the system, or I have to bring, I have to build a tech, and how this tech can generate a revenue, or how this tech can support the organization bigger vision and all these things. And they would be responsible for generate taking the P&L balance sheet, and responsible for presenting the ROI of it. So that level 4 is basically giving the entire strategy of the organization. And another thing is majorly in terms of level 5. Level 5 is in terms of what exactly the board is seeing across the organization. So that is also very important. There is a board, and that the people who initiated that organization, so they definitely want to have 10 key people taking those accountability and all those things. So board and management is at level 5. So that is my current understanding of entire organizational chart. There are executives, there are managers, there is strategists, the leaders, and then there is a board member, the visionary basically who initiated the organization. I skipped the one layer, which was level 3. Level 3 is basically there is a strategy which is there, and from that strategy there is something with respect to uh, planning of processes, system design, all these things are happening. So there is a strategy, and that strategy is bringing what your planning the entire role for all the managers, executive, all these things, and getting into that space where we think that, okay, fine, this is something uh, I want entire team to work upon. So that's where I think level 3 people come in terms of understanding the people who understand the strategy, the people who understand the managers and the executives also, and the people who understands the entire organization from level 5 to level 1, and they are sitting in center to bridge the entire thing. So that is, I think, is my current understanding, and this understanding is being initiated by my organization only, and they helped me to understand this in right direction. Means it means this clear understanding I literally had in Feb recently, and I got to know that, okay, fine, and I understood it. Now I'll tell you today what happened, and based on that, what exactly my experience. So imagine layer 5 is thinking of some strategy or some plan that how layer 5 wants to plan the entire strategy. Now, layer 4 is also having certain plans that how he want to go ahead with it. Now, layer 3, who is working on that, they are trying to understand what is it in terms of what is layer 4, layer 5, understanding layer 5, layer 4, and trying to understand how the strategy can come out in a right direction. That was something which everyone was working on, and I was not involved in layer 3. And I was like, I got a call to just understand how I can contribute in the process, because there were multiple data, multiple plan. Because when you are working in an organization, and when you have uh, different sets of things, have, and when you want to plan, you have market research data, you have your internal data, you have your external data, you have different sources of data. From all the source of data, you want to collate one thing and want to present. So that was something which was there. I was like, okay, fine, let me understand how this can happen. So I went. What I observed was layer 5 is having some plan. Layer 3 understood the plan partially. I would not say fully or partially, but somehow it was being understood. Whatever it from layer 5, it came as a requirement to layer 3. Okay, this is something which we want to create. And could you please prepare a plan so that layer 4 can plan his or her own strategy? I sat across the tables. I understood what layer 5 is imagining. I understood what layer 3 is imagining. And there were little gap I observed. What was the gap? Layer 3 took this entire project as a activity driven project. The project was strategy, but from that strategy, layer 3 took it as an activity driven project. Now, what is activity driven project? I want to plan a strategy. What are the A, B, C, D activities that I want to do among the team so that the strategy come out. That is the intended direction. But what is that activity? That part was kind of, I would not say misunderstood, but that part was kind of ambiguous and not clear. Or even I was not able to explain in the right. I was not able to understand from the layer 3 person in the right direction. I understood. So when I got it into the process of understanding layer 5 and layer 3, I got, okay, fine, these two people are seeing in a two different direction. Let me come and understand what layer 4 is thinking about it. Because layer 3 was basically, I have to present the strategy, I have to complete this project. I want to design the activity so that something comes out. But layer 3 was lacking some of the context. Definitely, the person who is sitting on the layer 3 planning different projects, uh, not having exposure to multiple things, that might be the ambiguity. And in that one concept which is required, that I'll tell you a little later. But layer 3 was missing some of the data context to how this data is coming, why this is coming, why this is not right, why this is not wrong. All these things were kind of missing here and there. And what was happening? The layer 3 plan. Now, layer 4, I went and spoke to a layer 4 person. What I got was layer 4 and layer 5 already spoke uh, together. And the structure which layer 4 is having in his mind, because it's like level 5 is the visionary who brought the organization, who bring the organization. But when you pick your level 4 people, they are the giants across the uh, multiple organization you want, because you are going to open lots and lots of things in front of them. So they will be definitely giants. So layer 4 are the people who knows lots of things. There is lots in their head because they are much, much, much more experienced than anyone in the organization. What I got was layer 4 is having very clear direction that how he wants to go with the plan. It's just that layer 4 supports some way to visualize his plan and also want to understand that how uh, a requirement of some data here and there, market research and all these things. And something around that is majorly required. That is what layer 4 intends. Now I went and when I spoke to layer 4, I got this understanding. I was like, okay, fine, this is good. and whatever it is, that is, yes, you have a very clear direction. And layer 3 person was a little clueless because of the not having right context altogether. Now, then I went and spoke to layer 5 again. Hey, look, whatever you are planning, whatever layer 4 is planning, both are same only. And it's just that something is missing. That missing piece is how the plans would come on the sheets and how the visualization can happen and how you would want to present it. Layer 4 already kind of planned it and presented for some country. But that structure was missing. Okay. But that is exact responsibility of layer 3 to bring that structure into the picture. And that I felt it was brought in. But if there is little ambiguity, that ambiguity can kill the entire process. That is very important. And also, it is very important. That is the learning which I had, I think, recently, last month, when I was working on one of the project. What happened? We started building, let's say, one small thing. And there were multiple questions which were being asked. One, two, three, four questions which were being asked. I went into the direction, okay, fine, you are asking this question, I'll give answer to this question. You are asking this question, I'll give answer to this question. Now, in the process of asking a question, giving answer to the question, the entire data got exceeded. Means the data, the sheets, the slides, everything got extended, and then the presentation was huge. After that, I took a step back because the team was kind of little overwhelmed how they are executing and doing all those things. I was like, okay, fine. This is something which I have to learn in terms of how to take a pushback based on the objective of the program or the project. If objective is, let's say, finalizing, um, or I would say, I cannot bring the projects here. That's why I'm thinking what can happen. Um, okay, let me take the example of building a application, web application. Let's think that we have to build a web application which will do weather forecast. Okay. Now, what is weather forecast? Weather forecast is basically telling me that tomorrow will it be a rainy day, sunny day, or what is the weather it is going to be tomorrow. So if I'm opening an application, I would want to know how the day would be tomorrow. Simple question, simple answer. Now, when you're sitting across the table with multiple people, sitting in a board, when you are trying to understand what is intention, what is direction, people will start asking, hey, could you please tell me whether of, let's say, particular city, Kolkata? Could you please tell me whether of Bangalore? Or could you please tell me whether of Rajasthan, something around that. Then someone is asking, okay, fine, in Rajasthan, do you want to tell what is the weather of a particular city, Jaipur, or something around that? It is the question is being asked. Now there will be another questions which will also come. Could you please tell me in this colony what will be the weather? What is there? Now, if these many questions are being asked, putting all of them in one screen is not possible. How we can present? Okay, fine. This is the screen. And if you really want to launch this first application, I can only give you whether country wise or region wise. Then if you tap on the screen or you want to go, then you will get, let's say, a particular city weather or something around that. And if we, instead of going from top to bottom, if we go bottom to up, So that is the major thing that, okay, fine, it's a weather forecast application. It will give you weather of that particular uh, city or the place. If you want to see the weather of a city, then you have to go into some tab and understand what is happening in the city. Then you have to go and check in the particular state how the weather would be there. So there is a step-by-step process. But if imagine if you are just not going in this direction and you're taking all the inputs, what will happen? Boom, 50 to 60 slides, lots of data, lots of things. At the end of the day, the feedback will be, it was overwhelming, yaar. So in that case, if I am the person who is working on a layer three, I have to take a pushback and tell, hey, this is overwhelming. I do not want to take and do all these things. That is something which is missing, I think. That should not happen at all. Now, come back to our point, what we were discussing. We were discussing about layer 4, layer 5, and layer 3 discussion and how I resolved it. So, layer 5 and layer 4 were going in the same direction. And the objective of the project was something which is very important for layer 3 person to understand and tell, hey, look, this is the objective of the project. We cannot include this. That pushback is very important. That I did not did last time. That's why it got overwhelmed. But I learned it. Now I will do, I'll always go from the objective of the project. That if this is the objective, you cannot ask five more questions. If my objective is to know the weather of tomorrow for this particular city or this particular region, you cannot tell me to go and get the weather of a state, of a country, or something around that, or Indian Ocean. I would only give you that. What is the objective? That objective driven thing is very important for us to understand. Otherwise, we'll go here and there. That was something. So, understanding the objective and based on that, what are the questions which is going to be asked, and based on the questions, how do we want to present this? So, I spoke to layer 4, I spoke to layer 5, and I told, hey, you both are aligned. Give me some time. I want to see what is the work that layer 3 has done. And based on that, I think adding one or two parameters or understanding that how this can be presented in the intended direction, that is something which will give a right way of presentation, and where to fill data, what to do, how to do, that is very important. Now, in doing all these activities, I used different frameworks, different learnings that I had across table. So first thing which I used is majorly in terms of first principle reasoning. Now, what is first principle reasoning? Going at the root cause of the problem and trying to understand what is it. Because there might be possibility the problem is not the problem at all. That is what I observed in today's experience. People were like, I need your help. I need your support. I was like, okay, fine, let me understand what is your problem. And when I literally spoke to all the stakeholders, I got there is no problem at all. It's just that everyone has the similar idea. They are just trying to put things in one direction, and that putting things in one direction is not coming in the right intended direction. That is something which is missing. Now, I have to sit and understand how this can go ahead. Okay, so I think uh, that was my entire day observation in terms of how we can bring, discuss, and understand things in a right way so that the intention is being recorded in your mind. And another thing is going to the root cause. So every time, whenever I was having a discussion, I was going from the first principle reasoning. What is the reasoning which I have? What is the root cause of it? Why? What do you think? Whenever I was having a discussion, what do you think? What is your expectation? What do you exactly want to do? Okay, what is the structure? I'll tell you one of the major thing which I think I usually observe in people, the people who are at leadership position, the people who are working with different teams, they have certain mental models or mind map which is there in their mind. Few of them are very quick in drawing those mental models, presenting it to the entire team. Few of them are trying to get into the space of that mental model. That is something I think which is missing here in most of the leaders, that whatever mental model that you have, how do you want to draw in the paper and how do you want to present across the team so that this can be worked upon? That is something which I see some of the leaders are doing like this. Some of the leaders are still in the process to do that, and that is where I think major gap is there, and I'm there to bridge the gap definitely, to understand things, and I'm in the process. I am also learning, man. Means it's basically my entire day really filled with huge experience, and I'm like, who's there to share all these things? So I'm like, okay, fine, I forget about that. I will share whatever I'm learning, whatever I'm doing. uh, I'll come and I'll share it. That is the intention of recording this also, that I want to share things, yeah. Because I'm learning a lot, and this way I'll definitely create a step by step documentary, understanding, learning, whatever I'm having. So I use first principle reasoning, that what is it, and also one thing which is very important, that people who is working in terms of problem solvers, they have to learn is understanding the intention of the entire stakeholders and bringing that conversational intelligence in them, means in you. How do you want to ask right questions, have a conversation with the people so that you are able to grab something from them, and your intention of knowing that solution is true. So that is underlying thing that is very important, having a conversational intelligence. Another thing, so there are three things which I used. One is definitely my first principle reasoning. That is what I use in every discussion whenever I had. I just want to understand it from the root cause perspective, why it is all happening. And on one most important thing, going by objectives. What is your objective of doing this? What is the intended thing that you want to get from this? And second thing is, because multiple levels are involved, definitely you want to go. Means if there are level 2 or level 1 will be involved, and I'll go and try to understand, hey, what are you doing? What are the problems that you're facing? What is happening? All these things I'll go. There is level 1 and 2 that is there. And third thing, which is very important, that is there, is design thinking, that how do you want to do that structured thinking, systems thinking, design thinking. I told multiple thinkings, but I use design thinking. Understanding what is the problem, and based on that, there are seven levels of design thinking which is there. So it's basically empathizing with the stakeholders, then defining a problem, all these things. So in that case, when I work on this strategy kind of presentation, my stakeholders are multiple people that I see. It's not just the people who are working in the organization. It is also based on the marketing and the other stakeholders who will be there in the organization. So all these people are also involved in this. So I think these all are things which I used in today's experience or today's process, that would give a better mm, I think tomorrow I'll be able to do better job in terms of, again, bridging the entire gap and understanding, okay, fine, I spoke to layer 4, layer 5, now let me give a plan for that. But I think today I shared my two experiences. I know it is getting quite long and I am just recording my reflections. That is another thing that I can tell. But in one video, I think I'm just blabbering whatever I have in my head. So one is basically how I helped one of my colleague to document the entire process in terms of how this is, how he or she can present the entire gap analysis in front of people. It comes down based on the two concepts, understanding RCA and CSA. That is skipped. I'll give this thing to him tomorrow. But I think it just clicked my mind that I did that, but I think I have to go and present this RCA CSA also to him so that it's basically root cause analysis and current state analysis that he's currently doing. What is the problem which is documenting that is the current state, and what is the solution, root cause of it? That is where the why will come, that why this is exactly happening, and solution is going to present. So it's there in the bundle, but it just that the name was not there. The second thing is understanding, being a person who understand processes at different level and giving a solution. And at the end of the day, uh, when I really entered into the problem, whatever team or facing and wherever, why I was being called for the help, what I observed, the problem which they are thinking that it is a problem, there is nothing as such problem. It's just that alignment of, I would not say alignment, just that the right place to put that entire thing at once, that was kind of missing. So if that is there, I think all the problem will be resolved. So this is something which I did today, and it was a nice experience. Let's explore, learn, and build together. I am also doing the same thing, sharing my experiences because I do not want my learning to be lost in the process of building lots of things. I am exploring, I am learning, but when I'm building multiple things, lots of experiences which I am having, that is being lost in the process. So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep building. We can do it together. If you have anything, you can share also.